my channel of one of you guys saying, I thought that I had depression for a few years, but it was actually nutrient deficient. Once I addressed what I was lacking in my diet, the gray skies cleared up. Today I'm going to give you guys 5 very, very helpful tips on how to immediately start to live better. These are tips that are pretty basic and some of the first things that I did in my life when I was trying to transition to a more healthy lifestyle. So I know that these tips are gonna definitely help you guys. Sometimes the smallest things that we can do actually have like a really big effect on our life. As long as we are consistent and we're doing these things like consistently, having a routine, these things are very, very impactful. By the way, guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for clicking on another video. Comment down below if you're gonna be using any of these tips or if you already use these tips, or if you have some tips that you can leave down in the comment section that helped you, then leave them down below. So a lot of you guys always ask me, how do I keep clear skin? A huge question that is always on my channel is like, living on the healthier side, does it impact my hair growth? Does it impact the way that my skin looks? The simple answer to that is yes. When you live a healthier lifestyle, it's definitely going to impact how you feel on the inside and it's going to show on the outside. So the first thing that I did when I first started to try to live like a healthier lifestyle, I think I talked about this before on my channel, but that was I started to drink more water. I actually drank water for a whole entire week of drinking water. When I first started this, I actually was drinking like sodas so often. I was drinking artificial flavoring of juices all the time. Water was barely in my like daily routine. Like I hated drinking water. I wasn't like as bad. Like some people literally cannot drink water. I wasn't that bad. But I definitely did not have water in my diet as much as it needed to be. And I just thought it was normal. Like that was just not something that I was like really worried about. And I didn't know it had such a huge impact on me until I started to research. I'm not gonna go too much into like the background, but I started to research and I started to find out a lot of things through research, which led me to like so many more things that I can definitely go on and on about. What you put in your body is super important. What you put on your hair is super important. What you put on your skin is super important. So one thing that I decided that I was going to do, the first thing that I did before I changed my food or anything, was to drink more water. Adding lemon to my water each morning actually helped me a lot. I started to notice that my face went down. I started to notice that my stomach went down. I started to notice that I felt so much better. And I actually have a video here where I talk about the things that happen when I drank water for 7 days straight. So if you want to see that, you can click here. Definitely something that made an impact on my life. So I actually read that the reason why your skin actually feels and your body in general actually feels more like puffy and you like your face feels fuller when you're not drinking as much water is because when the skin looks puffy, it's actually trying to retain water to protect you from dehydration. So this occurs when you don't actually drink enough water because the body, as usual, is always trying to protect you. Your body really does give you so many signs before it goes to the worst case scenario. Actually staying hydrated starts to reduce the swelling in your body and of course the puffiness in your face. So that was like the number one thing I first noticed when I started to drink more water. I'm like, okay, my face is not as puffy. I naturally have like a pretty like round face, but my face is not as puffy. My face doesn't feel as like big. And I started to notice that my stomach went down a lot as well. Make sure you click that video up here where I mentioned a lot of the different ways where you can still have water in your diet without having to drink water constantly all the time. Okay, so this next tip that I'm going to give you guys is definitely amazing because I used to not know anything about this. Like before I got into my healthy lifestyle, I just thought like reading the front of products was enough. But this next tip is to turn your products around and read the labels. Read everything that's on the labels, the ingredient list, read the facts about it, and try to like really find out what it is that you're putting into your body before you buy. There's actually some ingredients that I'm going to give you guys that I absolutely do not buzz on. If a product has these certain ingredients, I will not buy them. One of these on this product list, I kind of do exceptions on, but I'll let you guys know that in just a moment. The first ingredient, artificial coloring. So that's like yellow dye 5 or like red dye and like blue dye and like lake blue and all these different dyes. They are the most unnecessary things in food, and I just don't see the point of them. They're literally trying to market and like put dyes and things to make them look better, and that's literally the purpose of that dye being in that food. It doesn't have any nutritional background. It doesn't have any nutritional effects or anything like that. It honestly just does more harm than good. It's all just a marketing tactic to make the product look a bit more red or a bit more yellow, or just to bring the color together. And I just think that, yes, you know, we're used to things looking a certain way, so I understand that sometimes you have to, you know, make things look pretty, but there are tons and tons of natural brands that are doing the exact same thing as these other products, and they're using natural dyes such as like beet juice, which can give you a nice and pretty pink or even a red at times, or using purple cabbage as a dye. Those type of things take a lot more time. They're a lot more expensive to make. So a lot of companies steer away from trying to go the natural route, and they just go to things that are a little bit more cheaper. Not a doctor, not saying that this is absolutely the truth, but from what I have studied over the years, there are so many different potential diseases that are linked to these things that we consider like a no-brainer or like normal. After you do research and you find a little bit more on these types of ingredients, you realize that they're not as harmless as we think they are. And just to let you guys know, there are some ingredients that are in USA foods that are literally banned in different countries, such as like UK or Australia is a huge one. They don't allow a lot of stuff that we allow, and that says a lot to me. Like, that honestly says a lot. The next ingredient that I do not buzz on is going to be artificial flavoring. Another ingredient that has zero nutritious value and is just put there just to enhance flavoring of the product. There are other natural ways to enhance the taste of things. There are certain snacks that I used to eat that I absolutely, you know, miss eating. I see them in the store sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I used to eat that all the time as a kid. But then I look at it, I'm like, it has artificial flavoring in it. Why does it have that in there? Last ingredient that I do not like in my food, but there are some times where, certain times where I will buzz on them depending on what the food is, and that is yeast extract. So yeast extract is actually an ingredient that I stay away from, just because there can be a lot of hidden ingredients within that one ingredient, such as like MSG and other types of things that have an effect on the body. Like MSG has been known to give people heart palpitations and like different things. So I try to steer clear of yeast extract. But yes, guys, make sure that you're turning your products around and reading the ingredient list. That was an absolute game changer for me, and a habit that I still use to this day, and that actually changed my life. I noticed that when I started to look at products ingredient lists, that a lot of the brands that I thought were like really good brands are actually not good brands. So yeah, guys, pay attention to that. Just like on hair products and skin products, you want to turn it around, you want to do the same thing to your food, because you're actually going to be taking that in. That's what you're feeding your family. So okay, so the next thing that absolutely changed my life, this is a habit that I always keep within my lifestyle, and that is up-leveling the amount of fruits and vegetables that I eat daily, and just in general. So when I first started like my healthy lifestyle, like it was a little bit hard for me to know like what and how to cook things to where it can be like a whole food meal. With a little bit of research, it became easier and easier and easier. So it wasn't like a very long time before I was able to just switch it over, because I was watching like YouTube videos and researching on my own, because I absolutely love doing that. That was like a hobby of mine, so it was like really easy and fun for me. When I started to like switch around the way that I was eating food, like fruits and vegetables with my meal, put more abundant foods with the meals that I was eating, it actually felt way better. And I noticed that I was just getting more excited about making food. There's just different things that you can do in your foods to make them taste really, really good without using really bad seasoning. I respect other cultures so much, and I'm very much into them. And so I noticed that like cultures that are like the Caribbeans or like Ethiopia, they use a lot of different spices and herbs in their food, and their food is so flavorful. I love going to authentic restaurants because they cook with such abundant herbs and vegetables. I just feel like that following those ways of eating, that's the way that I want to have my meals. There are some cultures that will have like a lot of fruits and vegetables with their foods, and then they'll have like a small piece of meat if they eat meat. And I just feel like that is the way to do it. I feel like the intention that you put into your food is super important. So for me, when I started to add more fruits and vegetables to my daily intake throughout the day and just buy them, I started to feel more vibrant about myself, and I started to also appear more vibrant. So up-leveling your foods, such as adding more fruits and vegetables, is definitely 100% going to help you. Okay, so the next habit that I started to do, and I still do, is hiding superfoods within my food. So when I'm cooking, I used to do this all the time. Naraya has no idea. I would put like flaxseed in my food and she wouldn't know, or like I'll cook for like my boyfriend and he wouldn't know. Just adding in different like superfoods. So one example is sea moss. So sea moss can be used to help thicken food, and so it's not like a super thickener, but you can put that sea moss into like soups and things like that, and you won't even notice that it's in there because it's too well combined within the soup. That's what I mean by like hiding different stuff in the food, so that your family is getting nutrients and they don't even know it, and you don't even know it, so you can't even taste it. Even like different herbs that have like healing properties and things like that, just like putting it on like your chicken and things like that, or like your vegetables, like season them with different herbs. You're pretty much getting all of the nutrients, but you don't really, like, it's not painful to take that in because you're making it a certain way and it tastes so good. So I used to hide that type of stuff, and I still do. Also, smoothies are really good to hide stuff in there too. Yeah. So the last habit that I incorporated into my life that absolutely changed my life forever, because I always talk about my channel, and that is cooking and drinking herbs. Herbs are like my favorite. I feel like that herbs have the best healing properties. There's literally a herb for everything. So I just feel like that with herbs, drinking them daily, consuming them, putting them in your foods really helps your body. And I feel like that herbs are just like, they have so many like benefits to help the body, like cleaning out the body, helping the body to detox, helping the body to feel more vibrant. Most things that grow from the earth are just absolutely amazing for the body because they're getting so many rich nutrients. Basil, those type of things are so easy to put into your foods and for you to get the nutrients from them. So why would you leave them out? And a lot of the foods that you absolutely love actually go really good with herbs. But if you can, get you some herbs. They are life-changing. They will help you. I'll have the video here that's called the herbal teas that I use or something like that, where this company actually uses herbs to make teas, and that's the company that I use for all of my like herbal teas. I mean, sometimes I choose different companies, but most of the time I go with that company. So yes guys, those are the 5 habits that absolutely made an impact on my life. I feel like I'm gonna do another video because I want to tell you guys some more stuff, but I didn't want to make this video too long and too like all over the place. So if you guys want to see another video that's like this, like a part 2, because there's other things that I did I don't want to put in this video, like I said, because I don't want to give like too much. Most of the time people who find these videos are new to the healthy lifestyle, or these are people who, you know, are on their healthy lifestyle but just want to get some more like pointers, because I do that a lot. I look at videos for more pointers. Yes, if you want to see a video like a part 2 or more things, or just more videos like this on my channel, make sure you hit the like button down below. Comment down below if you're going to try any of these tips in your daily life, and comment down below if you are going to drink more water, because we all need to drink more water. Like, water is super important. Even I need to drink more water. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.